Hey guys, Josh the RV Nerd here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Today I'm here with Zach, who's one of our service technicians, and I happened to notice he was doing a wash and repack on his bearings here. Well, not his bearings, but anyway, he's all out of bearing. Never mind. That's another story for another day. This is something I don't know that a lot of people know about, and it's another one of those really simple, easy preventative maintenance items that can probably save a lot of trouble, a lot of inconvenience, save a lot of money for some people. There's a lot of different information, like how often well, first of all, what is washing and repacking your bearings, Zach? Basically, it's just getting all the old grease out of the bearings, putting new fresh grease in that hasn't broken down from viscosity, right?
Correct. What we do is we pull the drums and we'll remove the bearings from the drums, clean them so we can inspect them to check for any kind of damage, burn marks, anything like that. If they pass inspection, at that point we will repack them with grease, reset them in the drums, and install new wheel seals.
So you guys remember those old auto commercials where you see the two pistons going and they're talking about viscosity breakdown and one of them's just going like crazy and then it seizes up and starts smoking and on fire? That's what we're trying to avoid here. That kind of same friction process is what we're trying to avoid here. A lot of different information about how often you're supposed to do this, and we actually send our guys to school. Our guys are trained like by Dexter, who makes a lot of the axles for the RV business, and the information straight from Dexter is every 12,000 miles or 12 months you should get this wash and repack. Now that being said, chances are you are never going to hit the mileage mark on that thing. One question I get a lot is, okay, what if I really don't tow my camper a lot? Like, Zach, what if someone's like, well, I mean, we only take 1 or 2 trips a year. Should I really abide by that 12-month mark?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the answer I need to know is absolutely. That doesn't leave a whole lot of room for interpretation. Now, what's the penalty for failure? What happened? I let it go. I'm going to let it go. I'm one of these guys who I like to push my oil changes, and I want to push this too because I feel like they're overrating it. Like, what happens if I don't do this? What could happen?
What can happen is you have a rubber seal on the inside of the inside bearing here, and if it's neglected, you can...
We're unscripted, folks.
You can see all the nasty grease around that. What can happen is you will actually get grease past your wheel seal and fill the brakes up.
What happens if you get grease in the brakes?
At that point, if grease touches your brake pads, they're junk. But we don't attempt to clean them. It's a safety issue at that point.
Okay, so brake pads are a real high friction area by design.
Correct.
Grease is something that the word traditionally corresponds to potentially flammable in my mind. So is that where sometimes you see people going down the road hitting the brakes and you see smoke coming off the wheels potentially?
Could be.
Could be? Okay, so that's potential maybe fire hazard. Now, I don't believe in trying to scare people into doing things, but I'm trying to save people some trouble and some protection here. So that's like, let's say the grease does get past the bearings, it gets in the brakes. That's like a $1,000, $1,200 job?
On the average, it's right around $1,000.
Is that per axle?
That's for the camper.
That's okay, for 2 axles. For 2 axles, you're looking about $1,200 instead of spending 1 hour per axle. You know, and that's about what this is. This is about 1 hour per axle, so you can scale that up or down on your unit however you want. It takes about the same amount of time whether the unit's really big or small, just based on axles. Now, one other thing, as long as we're down here, I wanted to talk about. Every manufacturer talks about, we have easy lube hubs. And boy, that sounds great, because the mental image that conjures is that me and you from home with no tech knowledge, like we are somehow magically gifted and capable of bypassing the people who go to school and train specifically to work on these things. That is a massive fallacy. Mr. Zach, those easy lube hubs are for what?
Emergency use only.
Emergency use only. Here's what you don't do, guys. You don't take the grease gun pump at home, you don't hook it up to the end of that wheel, and you don't squeeze on it until the grease blows out the backside, because what have you done?
You filled the brakes full of grease.
You filled the brakes full of grease, and what did we establish? That's about a $1,200 job that you may have just, caused yourself. And this is exactly why we want to put these videos together, guys, to help you know how to preventatively maintain this thing and to help prevent you from breaking this thing, because you didn't spend this kind of money to have it sitting in our shop and not in your driveway or your campsite. So if you have any questions on any of this, definitely give us a call. Thank you, Mr. Zach, today.
Thank you.
Left-handed handshake. Maybe I'll flip the video. Anyway, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. Dude, that was awesome. Thank you.